Thanks for tuning in. Today I want to share my Louis Vuitton best and worst purchases. These are the pieces that I consider to be best and worst purchases in my current LV collection. So it's not necessarily looking at the brand entirely or just handbags. It's across, handbags, shoes, ready to wear, accessories, pretty much everything. So I picked my top 3 best and worst purchases from my current collection and share them. I've already done a couple of these. I shared my Chanel best and worst and my Hermes best and worst, and a lot of you were like, oh my gosh, you should do your Louis Vuitton and other brands as well. So that's what today's video is all about. Since I have a lot to get through, I'm gonna jump right into it. For those of you tuning in for the first time, hi, I'm Katie. I like to do these luxury fashion videos here on YouTube. I share hauls and review videos, but I'm sharing my journey so that at the end of the day, we can all mindfully curate our own collections. So if you like what you're seeing, please subscribe to my channel, like this video, and leave a comment down below with your favorite part. It all really means a lot to me. So like I did in the other video, I'm gonna start off with the best purchases. I feel like if you watched my videos since like last year, this shouldn't come as too much of a surprise to you all, but they are my Bom Dia slippers. These are the shearling slippers. Mine are actually pretty dirty because I wear them a ton. And you can also see a little bit of like wear and tear on the Bom Dias themselves. I know this particular style might be difficult to get, but ever since they've released a lot of like mink and shearling slippers, Louis Vuitton has been coming out with a ton of new styles. So I still feel like they're all a really good option if you're in the market for them. I still love mine. I wear mine every single day. I wear them around the house all the time. Yes, they do get a little dusty, I would say. New York City is notorious with the amount of dust that it has. It doesn't matter. It's not an indication of how you don't clean your apartment, because trust me, we clean this apartment. But it's literally like you will swipe and like get rid of the dust, and then by the time you went to the other corner and turned around, like there's new dust on there. It's just inevitable for New York City, especially since we like to leave the windows open to get a good amount of air circulation. Like they do get a little dusty, and I have long hair, so sometimes my hair will also, you'll see it kind of in the shearling, but that doesn't bother me. I still love them. They are super comfortable. They are really robust, and I like actually wearing these inside, like indoors, versus like really flimsy slippers that have like a very soft or almost non-existent footbed, because I don't wear shoes in the home. I don't wear outside shoes in the home. Outside shoes are for outside. But I always wear some sort of slipper, and I'll usually, up until now, I've pretty much worn slippers, like indoor slippers that are always designed to be worn indoors. And I feel like because these are meant to be like shoes, they actually feel more comfortable on your feet, and they have a more solid footbed. So it feels more comfortable, and they're just really nice. Honestly, they're just really nice to wear at home all the time. So the Bom Dias are definitely my #1 top purchase from my Louis Vuitton collection. The next best purchase I want to share from Louis Vuitton is this piece right here. So this is the denim hat that was released as part of the LV Clouds collection. I think this was 2020 spring summer. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure it was spring summer. Of the pieces that we got, I mean, my boyfriend really loves his pocket organizer, but I don't really use that, so I don't really count that as really part of my collection. And we did get a keep all, which is great, but we don't use it like it's not an everyday piece. But this is definitely something that we've worn a lot. And we is me and my boyfriend. We both wear this hat, and it's really nice. It's really comfortable. I love the little bit of leather detail on the back. But it's really cute, and it's really comfortable. It looks really nice. It doesn't like, I feel like it's a cute shape. And yeah, I feel like this might be a little like unexpected, and I feel like it's a good accessory to have. I think in the upcoming spring summer collection, I think there are some hats as well with that like multicolor watercolor effect or the ink print. which are also really cute. So if you've been looking for a hat, I feel like they're a really great accessory to have, especially in the summertime. I really like this clouds logo. It doesn't seem really obvious Louis Vuitton, but it's still like, it's interesting, it looks cool. And I think because it's made of denim, it's sort of dirty, for lack of a better word, because we've worn it a lot, but I like the effect. It's almost like the denim can like handle that kind of wear, and it starts to look better with more wear that will last a long time and will look better with age. I just realized that my mic was flipped over, so I hope the sound was okay. But if I sound different, that's why. I fixed the mic that was kind of flipped. The third best purchase that I want to highlight from my current Louis Vuitton collection is actually this shirt that I'm wearing right now. Let me at least put my hair back so you can see some of the detail around the neck. I believe this is called the side strap t-shirt. It's from the women's collection. This is one of the few pieces that I have that is from the women's collection, and I really like it. I'll insert some more pictures of what it looks like on. I've already worn it a ton. I think I like it because it's black, and black is always a really comfortable color for me. And I just love the little bit of detail that's around the neck and on the side with that bit of hardware. I feel like it really elevates something as basic as a black shirt, like a black t-shirt, without screaming like, oh my God, I'm from Louis Vuitton. Like, it's not super, super obvious. It's not like the shirt, you know, with the little friend on it, if you know what I'm talking about. It's not that loud. It's not that obvious from a particular brand. It has little bits of details that help make it stand out. But I will leave the details in the description box down below, along with everything else, so that you can always inquire with your SA or your boutique and if you're interested. But yeah, I love wearing this t-shirt. It's really comfortable. It feels really nice. Like the cotton feels really nice. And yeah, I feel like I'm a little elevated when I wear this versus any kind of plain black t-shirt. All right, before I move on to my worst purchases, I just wanted to shout out my flowers over here. I know I usually put the flowers on this side, but there's this huge eucalyptus that would probably come out to like here if I tried to put it on this side. So I did a little rearranging today. I hope it looks okay. So I'm gonna move on to my worst purchases. These are top 3 worst purchases from Louis Vuitton. The first worst purchase I wanna share is actually in this box. I've done a follow-up video on it as well. It's actually my Kirigami set. So I have, this is the biggest size, the biggest envelope, if you will. And then there's the one in the middle size, and of course, there's the little size. I should have also prefaced the worst purchase section with this little caveat. I actually like all of these pieces. There really isn't a lot that stood out as, oh my gosh, like why did I buy that? I feel like that's the worst purchase I ever made. It might be because my Louis Vuitton collection's a bit smaller than compared to like my Chanel collection, that there are fewer sort of misses that I might have made because I get very particular about the ones that I will add to my collection. So I still like this piece. I'm not saying I don't like, but if I had to pick, if I really, this is really about looking at the pieces that I have and which really bubble to the top as like, these are really great purchases, and which don't make it there, you know, which are the ones that I'm sort of like, okay, I could live without, right? So I still like this piece. I'm happy to have it in my collection. I love this Game On print. I'll look forward to using it and finding ways to use it. But if I really think about it, I don't need these kinds of SLGs in my collection. I definitely don't need any more going forward. I'm really focused on not buying more SLGs because I have a lot of pouches. Like, let's look at, there's 3 right here, and I have others that are already in my collection. So it's like in that spirit, that's why I'm saying this is like my worst purchase, but you know, I still like it. I still like to use it. I mean, up until recently, this was my main card holder. Like, I did a whole updated card holder comparison video, and I shared like the main pros and cons of this style. So I've been using this a ton. I just recently switched back out to using a full-size wallet because I needed to carry more things with me. But you know, from that aspect, I love this. You know, this is really great. If you already have SLGs in your collection, I don't think there's anything phenomenally different that this Kirigami set offers that you would have to run out to go get it. But it's so cute. I mean, just look at it. The set is adorable. But really, like I've used this as a clutch like a handful of times. And then I've used this as my wallet for many times. But then this poor middle size has never seen the outside world ever, because I'm still not quite sure what I'd use it for. I mean, in my what's in my bag first impressions of the Kirigami set, I presume I will use this for travel when we're able to travel, and I feel like it's a perfect size for that, to like fit your passport and your boarding pass and all that stuff in there. It would be so cute to do that. So I'm like waiting for the chance to be able to travel. So I look forward to that day. But in the meantime, I'm struggling to figure out what to use it for, then that's why it's mostly staying in the box. The next worst purchase I want to share are actually a pair of sunglasses. My boyfriend and I actually have a number of sunglasses in our collection, broadly speaking, but there are a couple of pairs that I really don't wear, and since the time of purchase, like they were never really intended for me to wear, but these are a pair that I got for myself to wear, so that's why like I'm including these. But these are the LV Squared, the LV Nigo collection flower sunglasses. LV flower sunglasses, I think that's what they're called. And they're gorgeous. They have the LV flower on one side and a slightly different LV flower on the other side. And they are a pretty kind of narrow and square shape. I mean, technically this was from the men's collection as well, so they are a little large. They are a little bit wide. And so when I hauled these, or I think it was my like summertime vlog, I shared that these kind of hurt the back of my head a little bit. I think it's because they're a little wide, because I need them to fit my face, they sort of push in a little bit. I hope that makes sense. And that's why I think there's like a little bit of pressure on the back of my head sometimes when I wear these for long periods of time. So that's why they sort of stand out in my mind as like not the best. And then, I mean, not long after I started wearing these, you'll see like this side like the leg holds its tension pretty well, but this side like flops. Do you see that? And it has nothing to do with the screw here. That would be like the first thought, right? Like, so I was like, oh, maybe the screw needs a little bit of tightening, and I tightened it, but it still does that. It's still, you see how it just like falls? It bothers me. I don't like when sunglasses do that. So if anybody knows what to do to sort of help with this issue, I would really appreciate any insights you have to share. But yeah, this was a little disappointing. That happened pretty soon after I actually got them, and I wore them a couple of times. So I was like, that's why I'm like, oh, maybe it just is like a little loose. No. Again, you probably have seen these like on my Instagram a lot, so you might be a little confused. You're like, I thought she liked them. I thought that's why she wears them in her photos. I do. I still do. I love the look of them. I love the side, like the flower detail. I feel like it's a little reminiscent of like 90s style sunglasses, but but a little modernized, I'll say, you know? So it's like it was inspired from there, and it's like the 2020 version. So I like them, and I still try to wear them a lot. It's just, I will make sure either I'm not going to be driving for a long period of time, or I won't be out, you know, I don't expect them to be on my head for that long. Like, I will have to make those kinds of calculations before I choose to wear these for the day. And so because of that, that's why I wanted to mention them as one of my worst purchases. I landed at this third worst purchase, and that would be this notebook. This is, oh, I forgot the exact name of the notebook, so again, I'll link it in the description box, but it is the VUITTON Holiday Illustration Notebook from 2019. I believe this is from Holiday 2019. This is the Paris version. So the holiday illustrations for 2019 was VUITTON in different cities. I believe like Shanghai was one, Chamonix was one, Paris was another, and Venice was the fourth one, I think. This is the one for Paris, and it's super cute. It's like VUITTON in a car. I do like it. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the notebook itself. So it's not like, you know, the notebook itself is terrible. The pages are, for lack of a better word, I call them like Bible pages. They're a little bit thinner, They have like the gold trim on them, so I hope I'm making sense when I say that. Versus there are some notebooks, but the paper itself is really thick. You know, if you think about artist sketchbooks, a lot of times those papers will be thicker. So this isn't quite that thick. This is leaning much more towards what I call Bible paper. I'm not always as used to that, but I don't think that makes it low quality by any means. I love the illustrations that are on the inside. Let me show you. Inside there are these kinds of illustrations which are adorable, and it also came with like a pack of stickers, and like it's super cute. So there's really nothing wrong with the notebook itself. I am someone who uses lots of notebooks. I have a notebook for my YouTube stuff. I have a notebook for work. I have a notebook for all of my other projects going on. Like, so I'm somebody who really writes things down, and I use notebooks. That's why when I was getting this, I felt like, yeah, it's a no-brainer. Like, I will use it because I use a lot of my notebooks. I don't really use it. It could also be what I designated this notebook to be for, that it's something that I don't have to use like on an everyday basis. But still, like, I thought I would be like looking forward to using this a lot more, but I don't necessarily find myself really eager for it or anything like that. So if you are someone who thinks this looks really cute, every year, you know, there will be a holiday illustration series, and they will make notebooks that have that. There are some special collections that come out that also include notebooks, like the Nego collection had a notebook too. If you're someone who doesn't really use notebooks on a daily basis or on a regular basis, and you're sort of like, oh, but maybe I can get that, like it'll be really cute, I say save your money. That's why I wanted to highlight this piece. All right, so that is everything. That's my Louis Vuitton best and worst. I hope you enjoyed this video. I feel like my Louis Vuitton collection is a little bit unconventional. I don't have a lot of pieces from the women's collection. I don't actually own any handbags from Louis Vuitton, so I could not feature those. A lot of my collection is from the men's collection, and a lot of it's much more kind of ready to wear and accessories focused versus handbags and shoes, let's say. So it might seem a little bit different, but I hope you still found it helpful to see like what things kind of emerge to the top for me. But yeah, let me know your favorite Louis Vuitton pieces in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear the pieces that you just like die for. And then also, if you have any worst purchases, ones that maybe some of my bests are your worst, so definitely let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to hear your best and worst picks as well. If you haven't seen my Chanel best and worst or my Hermes best and worst, I'll leave those in the description box down below so you can check those out. If there is another brand that you would like me to do next, definitely let me know in the comments down below. If you have any other questions on any of these pieces or really anything at all, feel free to leave them down below or head on over to Instagram and I'd be happy to help however I can. If you like this video and you found it helpful, please give me a thumbs up. I really appreciate all of your feedback and support. If you like this kind of content and you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. I post new fashion related videos every Sunday and Wednesday. So until next time,